Hello there, this is a pick a card reading. These are messages that you need at this time or that could benefit you at this time around any subject of your life, relationships, work, just general messages. We have pile 1, 2, and 3, so we'll go ahead and get started. Timestamps are below. Hello and welcome group 1. Let's go ahead and see what your message is. Okay, pretty straightforward. It's a 4, it's rest and rejuvenate. Okay, so it's time to nurture the self, to perhaps go into meditation, go into nature, maybe get more rest. And I feel like the kind of rest that's being recommended here, especially, is a rest without technology, like without, the phone or movie or screen. Maybe you need like earplugs or like white noise in the background as well to kind of like chill out and get into a really like deep kind of rest or sleep. Okay, so definitely the feeling that is coming through there. Let's just see if there's any other messages to accompany this. There's also something very emotional about this energy, something about your emotions needing to rest. So physical rest can bring that sanction to your emotional body and well-being, and that reflection needed for sure. But also maybe to rest the mind, to rest the feeling state, the heart, the concerns and worries for a moment, to let these go for a moment, because you could be hurting yourself or making yourself feel, unwell if we're spiraling too much into negative thoughts and things. It is important to take care of our well-being. I also see a need to receive here coming through, to receive. It feels like you have a lot of heart energy and love and flow to receive, a lot of gifts to be given to you energetically. So it's definitely important to receive now. Yes, and we have this heartache and loss. This could be part of why you have been, maybe for a long time, in a state of being more preoccupied or dizzy in your mind and in your body. Maybe you just feel exhausted because of losses and hurts and heartache. This could have been, for some of you, somebody could have been unfaithful or betrayed in a situation, or just in general, we're still, it doesn't matter how much time later, we can still recover from things or be thinking about things a long time later, as you may know. So this is definitely out of time. For some of you, it could have literally been like a 4-year thing or 4 months. But either way, it is all about kind of coming back and loving the self and nurturing the self and helping the self through a process here. Even the heartache for the world, the heartache for, what is happening everywhere, what's been happening everywhere. This is a lot to process. So it's just really, really important to give yourself the space and time to do that. Let's go ahead and grab a love message here. So this doesn't have to be like for any specific kind of relationship. It doesn't have to be, well, depending on the message. It doesn't have to be, if you're in one, out of one, not thinking about one, doesn't matter. It's just a message of love here. Let's see. Any messages of love for this person, please and thank you. Okay, let me put this where you can see it. Don't make decisions based on guilt or what you think you should do, for it is only in being true to yourself that you can be true to others. And I feel like rest is actually being true to yourself at this time. There is some kind of rest that is, maybe it's hard to admit because we don't want to let things crumble or go, or there's stresses, but it's like this is also a part of that being true to the self. Like, oh, I shouldn't rest because I need to do this, I need to work, I need to do whatever. But it's like, in a way, you could be a lot more productive and have a higher quality if you're investing in yourself this way. Okay, thank you. All right, let's get one last little oracle message here. last message for this person. Please and thank you, Spirit. Pump up the volume. What is your special theme song? The one that lifts your spirits and reminds you of who you are. Hear it now. Pump up the volume. Open up and absorb the grace of your sacred serenade being sung to you by the universe. This is awesome. I take this as a good reminder as well. Sometimes we need a song to just shake it off, or to, dance to, or maybe to also feel. But whatever your song is, or your music is, or your sound is, like, what is it? Would be a great time to listen to that. It might help you even clear your mind enough to put yourself into a place of rest. So we send you guys lots of love. You can always email frequencyoftheheart@gmail.com for personal reading inquiries. But until then, take care, you guys. Hello and welcome, Pile 2. Hope you guys are doing well and in high spirits. So your message is a 9. It's solitude. It's a lot about an energy of endings, closing chapters, learning, inquiring, being solo, being in solitude. This is a very strong and universal energy in your life right now, in your journey right now. It's like a phase in the journey. It's a spot in the journey, pre-written, pre-decided, kind of meant to be and fated. That's where you are at, and you may be feeling that. So definitely a recommendation to go deep into your psyche, your subconscious, your emotions on your own, to reflect upon the obstacles, maybe to reflect on the journey. Very much a feeling of connecting to perhaps the earth as well, or literally to books or some kind of like scripture or knowledge here. If you like read the Bible, or if you read Khalil Gibran, the prophet, or some kind of poetry or research or something, this can also assist you at this time. But yeah, definitely spending some time alone is really recommended here, and taking that time to reflect and just be in your own energy, perhaps even to learn or to write or to understand, or just to get in touch with your own emotions, even maybe to set for some of you manifestations, goals, what it is that you want, what it is you want to bring in, what you want to manifest, all this kind of stuff. Anything to add, please and thank you. Anything to add, please and thank you, to this person's message. Ooh. You may need to take a little break from somebody, or trying to heal a relationship or heal something. It may happen once you spend this time naturally, okay? On the left over here, we have this 6, material and spiritual prosperity. Okay, so this could be something that you've been wanting, that you've been manifesting, or maybe that you've achieved. But especially for those of you who have manifested this, it's time to release this, and now to focus elsewhere, to focus inward, to focus on different areas. And that, again, that reflective energy, that internal reflection as well. Endings, this kind of energy. Don't worry about what's coming. Don't worry about where your manifestations are going, or if they're coming. One of the most important things to that manifestation is letting go of them, to allow them the room and space to actually come, and not putting our mind on them, not thinking about them and asking for it over and over and over and over and over again. Also, for some of you, you may feel like you will never have both, or you may have let go of this idea, or feel like you're losing sight of this concept that you can have material and spiritual prosperity, and perhaps also balance and love and everything. You can, though. This is absolutely saying you can, and not just you can, but you will. It's just taking a little bit of that internal exploration and that rest. For some reason I hear the word rush, but like not rushing, and it's taking that release, okay? Some of you still need to relax or rest in your solitude as well, not to make yourself like dizzy analyzing yourself, okay? Anything else to add to this message, please and thank you. In the past, recent past perhaps, we could have been dealing with a binding, a habit, an addiction, a relationship, something that held us down, held us in. It doesn't have to be bad. We could have had temptations around love, or necessity that we thought was a necessity or needing something. We also see here over on the left, new beginnings, a lot of major arcanas here. So you've been going through a lot of different massive changes and cycles in your world. Yeah, new beginnings, the Fool energy here, like a full circle energy, and truth here, discovery, seeing, creating. Really, really, really strong forces have been at play for you. This has allowed you to release yourself from something, and it's like we're really just processing the ending of that release is how it seems to appear right now. It's kind of all mixed up out of time in a way. Some of you could have moved on from a relationship or a mindset, a way of being. So it's like, wow, with everything that's happened, all of this along your journey, and I feel like that's what Spirit's doing. They're highlighting like how much has been on your journey. It's absolutely time to process this, to spend some time alone, to just process what's been going on, what's been happening. And here too, it's like some of you have transformed the energy of the devil energy here, this temptation, this patterns or habits or addictions or dependencies or being bound to something or just heavy energies. You have actually been transforming this into that material and spiritual prosperity. So it's like now just really letting that happen, okay? These have been very strong new beginnings in the past and also coming into the future here. Through each beginning is an ending. One of the beginnings here, too, it seems like it was about the pursuit of truth, justice, fairness, what side of the truth you want to be on, what you believe in, what you're looking for, what you want, what life means to you, and what kind of things need to change or be transmuted or transformed for you to kind of lead that life that you're wanting, or that to be that person that you want to be, right? So again, a lot of this is what's happened and what needs to be processed now. Yeah, material harvest, things that you've invested a long time in, just the journey itself that you've been on, but especially the parts where you follow your heart. They absolutely are paying off. They're going to pay off. They're paying off. Even if it seems like it's a modest kind of payoff or abundance, be super grateful for that. Recognize that, especially in this time, like what that is to have that. And it will only, magnetize you to grow that and to see more of what is already there and to just magnetize you to that kind of sight, okay? So very special. Let's go ahead and see if there's a message, a love message for you. You don't have to be in or out of a relationship, no special rules, just doesn't even have to be about a relationship actually, but let's see what the love message is for you guys. A lot about truth and trust for you guys coming through. So this says trust. Transformation occurs through acceptance. Once you accept the current situation, it will automatically transform. So you don't need to control something or do something necessarily. The acceptance probably is going to come from the reflection, the solitude, the hermit energy, the alone time, the looking at what's gone on. Because once you can see it, you can accept it, right? But it's hard to accept what we can't even see, So it's definitely about seeing it and accepting how you feel. If you feel sad, or if you feel scared, or if you feel hurt, or if or even if there's just something beyond your control that's happening, like, we just have to accept that, okay, yes, this is happening. This is what's going on. This does feel like crap, or it does feel this way, or whatever. And then another angle to this, and that in itself is acceptance, and another angle to this trust and this acceptance is trusting your manifestations, trusting your journey, trusting your input, trusting your investments. Just, this can be one of the most challenging things, especially when we're needing things, right? But this is so much about trusting that this is already here, it's already coming, even if it doesn't look the way you thought it would, or it's not here yet completely, that it is absolutely present. Okay, so this is really important on this angle. So let's go ahead and get one more oracle card for you here. See if there's one more message. message, please and thank you. Last message for this group too. Okay, you have rise to the level of arts. One of the best things you can do to support the people around you is to be the best version of yourself that you can be. Don't try to teach anyone a lesson. Instead, raise your thoughts, feelings, and energy to the level of art. As you are lifted, all are lifted. Yes, and that's again what the solitude is. It's about going into your own world, your own being. It's not going to work to keep charging at somebody or something outside of yourself. It's going to work to lift yourself up in any and every way possible for you now. Okay, this can be so challenging and yet so necessary. And that's part of that letting go, of that acceptance, of even of this temptation energy of just not going back into something and just going into your own thing for a minute here. We also have blissipline. This is discipline yourself to spend increasingly more time in bliss, even if it's only one moment longer than you think you can handle. Blissipline puts you in the center of the spiral that twirls and twirls you ever upward, from glory to greater glory and beyond. So keep that vibration high, you guys. Raise that vibration. Invest in you. Invest in your world the most you can, even when it seems so hard. Sometimes the most hard moments that it feels terrible, we just sit down and do it and just try. It pays off, it works, it helps, it is something, it expresses something, and we give our energy into something that is really constructive as well instead of destructive, even if it's coming from a destructive kind of energy. So much love to you guys. You can always email FrequencyOfTheHeart@gmail.com for personal reading inquiries. Take care. Hello and welcome, group 3. Thanks so much for being here. You guys had 2 cards out, and they actually kind of fell on their side. I'm going to take note that they were on their side and in this reversal, but we're going to read them upright with the note of that in mind. So welcome. Your message is the solar plexus chakra. So this could be blocked at this time or needing some help. Blocked is not a bad thing. It happens. Energy centers, we need to give them extra attention and help them move sometimes. We could be not trusting or following our gut intuitions, the pull, and this could also be that we need some extra nourishment, some extra gut love, some extra food. Maybe we need the color yellow. Maybe we're feeling really repulsed by the sun or the yellow right now, but we need to get into that color. Okay. This could also be if you're having mental conflict, or if you're feeling numb or something like this. This could be part of what absolves or helps the mental conflict to assist your gut. Our gut, as they say, it's like the second brain. Arguably, it could be the first brain. So, helping this area is going to also help your mind, your emotions. It's going to help you feel more balanced. Some of you could be wanting to go on some kind of a diet change or a lifestyle change or something like this for your health. I always would recommend that for your health only when it comes to diets and things like this. So yeah, definitely thinking about those fermented foods and those really healthy fats and gut nourishing, easy to digest foods. Less processed, less packaged, less added sugar, more natural, more raw. If you have the privilege or the capacity to, be able to obtain these kinds of foods and work with these kinds of foods, this could be really assisting. Also, just listening to your gut, listening to your intuition, listening to the pull can be really important, okay? Again, the color yellow and the sunlight can help a lot with your gut as well. Even eating color yellow, can assist you and your mental anguish or conflict or pain. All right, what other message is there for this group, please and thank you? Conflict and defeat. A lot of conflict around you guys, okay? So it can seem weird, but the way to kind of bring clarity and smooth over or get some smoothness into this conflicted energy, to this defeated energy, to this pain, this emotional pain, is going to be through your nourishment, through your gut, through your intuition. It really is. It's going to be about what you're, are you cooking sometimes? It's going to help you so much to go off processed foods for a bit, like anything like this. I mean, you got to do your thing, but I'm really feeling it in the area of food and drink, of what we're consuming into our bodies, okay? Something here could have been super hard, defeating, sad, conflicting, argumentative. I mean, you could have had like a really intense emotional pain with a loss or with a person, a relationship. This could even be about your own life and crises and like what you're doing here, and obstacles and challenges on the bottom here. So wow, this has been a tough process here, and it's like this is the shining kind of way. This is like the shining answer. It's going to open more doors. It's going to make things better. Can we get some more on this, please? And thank you. Some more on this for group 3. Spirit also wants you to know they see the mental conflict. They see the hurt. They see the defeat. They see it, okay? For some of you, this could have literally been around creative ideas or a child or being pregnant or not, something like this too. Notice the 3 and the 3 here with the solar plexus and this fertility. This health, this body health, this intuition, all of this can help for you to access your heart more clearly as well, and to access your creativity, your ideas, maybe literally your fertility, but your Empress energy essentially. This helps put you back into center, and this is very healing and very protective for your mind. See how clear her mind space looks here with this yellow circle around it? And then her whole form, she's very much protected, and she's got all these ideas coming out, and they're growing really clear, really well. They're not all, spiraled around. They're very clear, okay? So there's definitely a lot of hope here, and something that can be quite simple. I mean, for some of you, it doesn't even have to be a whole lifestyle or diet change. It could just be that there's one thing that that isn't resonating with you, that you're continuing to eat or binge on or consume in some way or another, and you don't feel good when you do it, and it's like, just stop doing it, it's time to just stop doing it, like to start valuing our presence more. And I mean, if you just stop something for maybe 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 months, maybe you'll want to stop it longer, because you'll start to feel how good it feels to stop it, or to change, rather, to add in something more constructive to your world and your body. Okay, so this can be unclear. Perhaps in the past you felt unclear movement, but you sensed that you were getting somewhere. And maybe this conflict, this defeat, this mental conflict even is more disappointing because you thought you were getting somewhere and now it feels like you're not. Either way, what this is saying is that even when it feels unclear or like you're not getting somewhere, take the reins of your physical life back, your physical health, your core strength, your eating, all of this nutrition kind of energy that supports the solar plexus chakra. Get this into your focus here, and you will be triumphant, even if you can't see how it fits right now. Even if you can't see how this affects these other areas or issues, it absolutely does. There's actually wealth available and comfort here, nourishment, support, and also, again, like, listening to solar plexus music and the color yellow are really going to be helpful to put around you. Even the color brown can be helpful to wear. Anything else for this group 3? Please and thank you. But there is a real success here, even where you can't see it, and you are being assisted by Spirit to do this. There's a lot of majors here. Yeah, this brings in and restores balance. There's that assistance from angel energy and protection as well. This just helps you to see things more clear, to balance your emotions out, your mind out. I mean, I feel this lately. I know there's certain things that I have to shift, and I'm about to go into my own journey here, a real lifestyle change with some things that I've wanted to for a while. And, this speaks because it's like really is, it really ties into something that can help clarify our essence. And yeah, to kind of resist the temptation, because it's not the temptation itself, it's becoming a dependency. It's taking us down, and we don't even see that it's not actually lifting us up anymore. Eventually it becomes something that is just kind of drowning us and putting us into more and more conflict and defeat, and not even seeing like the way up, even when it's there. Now, on the positive note though, conflict and defeat is not all bad. It always teaches us something and shows us something. I mean, even here, there's a little light, a little flame, a little light at the bottom here. And there could be something in this that this person really needs, that really needs to see a passion, something that needs to be rediscovered, something that was let go of maybe, or a light within that has been ignored. These kinds of things can also come from these processes. So it's, it's not all bad. It's just that sometimes the time comes to say, all right, I'm done now. It's time to move forwards. It's time to move up. It's time to take better care of myself, to get this center moving, to get this center active. To heal. Essentially, to heal. It's all about healing. Some of you, this can heal if you're a female, menstrual issues, or fertility issues, or pain, different things like this. Let's go ahead and grab a love message. This doesn't have to be like in or out of a relationship, or even based around a romantic relationship. It's just a love message here. Almost. That was also a yellow card that almost came out, something about healing. But the healing starts with you, okay? So, power. You instinctively know what is right for you, and you have the power to say no or to walk away at any time. Exactly. So you already know what this is. You already feel this. This is maybe the first thing that comes to your mind. It's the thing that nags at you. It's just something you feel and know. And you always have the power at any time to say no or walk away. This does not have the power over you. You have the power to resist, and the more you do it, the stronger the resistance will get. A resistance in a good way, to say like, eventually it won't feel like a resistance, it'll feel like a choice you make for the health of you. And maybe now it should feel that way too, like I make this choice for myself. It's not about denying myself, it's about giving to myself what it needs, essentially. Anything else to add to this group, please and thank you? Any other messages to add to this group, please and thank you? Expand your capacity for blessings. It's impossible to count the innumerable blessings you have in your life, but try anyway. What you appreciate appreciates. This is the secret sauce for magnetizing even more for which to be grateful. Beautiful. And then this says, no bees in the bonnet. Nothing can stand between you and your peace unless you let it. Nothing is worth lowering your vibration and losing your peace. Let the bees of upset fly on by. Adopt a no bees in my bonnet policy and revel in the power of your unshakable serenity. And this is true. I mean, like, we choose, in a way, I don't want to say we choose, like, we have our emotional response to things, and that's totally okay. But at some point, we have to just say, you know what? I don't want to spend my day like this. I just don't. I don't want to spend the next hour like this, So we also have this confidence. You are divinely made. You glisten with love and glow with genius. No matter what you may be going through, roll back your shoulders, lift your head high, move your hips, and sway, shimmy, and rock out with confidence to the rhythm of your dream life. A lot about manifesting what you want, focusing on what you want to manifest, and kind of achieving it through this this focus on the solar plexus, this healing and this shift. There's a lot of yellow, you guys. Yellow is super important for you now. And then Divine Manifesto. Your words are a lightning rod of conductivity comprised of magic spells that create worlds. Choose your words and worlds mindfully. All right. All right, you guys, that's what we have for you. You can always email frequencyoftheheart@gmail.com for personal reading inquiries. But until then, we send you lots of love. Thank you for receiving.